máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ síbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni ká ṣe bí ẹni kú káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn tẹ̀rù tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni ọmọ aráyé abániwọ̀rọ̀ pa òrí dání wọn ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀ orí ẹni ní pẹ́ kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe lọ́la òtọ́ láì bá dé. Stress of ìdákùn ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Kíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni ṣe rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀ àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rínú gbọ́gbé àṣenìtàn bá ní dàrú ṣálọ máráyé àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò jẹ́ àríkùn má ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá wọ́n kì í lá tẹ̀jẹ̀. Ara lámọ̀ á ò mọ́nú. Ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe ṣọ́ra ṣọ́ra. Pọ́sọ̀ fura pọ́sọ̀ ti jẹ́ sí iná. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò tí a ládàlẹ̀ ayé. Àgbàdo ti ti tó tó ńlá yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ikú pàlà mi tí ọ̀rọ̀ ní ọ̀lọ́lọ́gbà ògiri àgbẹ̀lẹ̀ tó wọ́n ti fi gbogbo ìbàjọ́ ìmọ́lẹ̀. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀.
Yes, good evening, my people. It's a pleasure to welcome you to another special edition of the Jagbajantis Show. I am your regular host, Aki, and I'll be here to talk nonsense as usual. How has your week been? It's another weekend, and I hope you have had a fantastic working week. For my friends that reside in the United Kingdom, I hope you are all safe and you haven't been affected badly by the storm Eunice that has been ravaging the country. Àwa tá a drive lónìí ṣe ló dà pé à ń play game lójú títì. Gbogbo ohun tó ń jù sí wa là ń dodge. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la ṣe ń wa mọ́tò kiri. A rí i tó wúgi, ó ti wó oríṣiríṣi fence. Àìmọye sisi tó wọ wíìgì jáde ńlé lénìí tó jẹ́ wípé natural bí Ọlọ́run ṣe dá wọn ni wọ́n padà sílé. Torí Eunice ti gba wíìgì ní orí wọn. Ibi tó dẹ̀ fẹ́ sí, àwọn gan ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbìyànjú láti lé. So wọ́n gbà fọ́lọ́run ní Bond Street kan ti lọ lénìí. Àwọn owó kan ti jóná lénìí, Bond Street ti lọ, ìpéǹpéjú ti fò dànù. Àwọn èékánná míì gan ti yọ. Ẹ̀yin náà ti rí wípé tí Ọlọ́run bá fún yàn nìkan ló ń bá yàn kalẹ̀. Kò sí gbogbo ohun tẹ́dà bá fagídí wá tí ò ní sọnù. Gbogbo àwọn tí irú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ sí, a bá yín dárò o. A ní rírú ẹ̀ mọ́ o. Tọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré mu nǹkan. Yes, ẹ̀rín yẹn ni wọ́n ń pè ní ẹ̀rín ìkà. Whoa. A bá yín dárò. Men, mo kí ẹ̀yin, kò sí ní táwa sọnù. Bá a ṣe jáde la padà wọlé. Ọpẹ́ ni fún Elédùmarè. As you are coming in, please help me share this show on your platforms. Help me invite somebody to invite another somebody so that somebody will also bring another somebody. Ẹ ṣáà mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe láwọn fellowship tẹ́ ń lọ. Àwa ò gba ìdá mẹ́wàá ń bí àdẹ̀gbá ọrẹ. Ṣùgbọ́n ohun tá a béèrè fún òun náà ni wípé just help share the program. Share it on your platform. Share it on your stories. Tag somebody. And continue to smash the love button. Ẹ jẹ́ kí ibi kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dún kó máa pariwo gan. Ẹ fìfẹ́ hàn sí mi ò kẹ́ jẹ́ kó rí mi wú. Kò easy. Ọkùnrin tó ń sun rárá fọkùnrin ẹgbẹ́ àkọ́ṣẹ́ ló ń ṣe. Thank you very much. Alásọtán kẹ̀, kí ni mo tí ì sọ? Tá a bá dẹ̀ tún sọ̀rọ̀ sí tá a bá yín dárò ẹ̀ tún máa sọ pé adájú. A tún bá yín dárò sí ẹ̀ tún bú wa. A lè tẹ́ ayé lọ́rùn, òbí ti sọ. Do your best and leave the rest. Yes. Let me give shout out to people I can see on the show. The first person to come in tonight was Shoops, Mr. Smash the Love Button. Thank you for joining, my brother. Second to Berewole Mori Ebun. Omoyami, thank you for connecting as well. I can see my brother Toluwalashe Waterton. Thank you for connecting. Yay, my sister Olukunbi Okediran. Thank you very much for joining. Mo kí ẹ̀yin náà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni nonsense làwa zombie. Yes. I can also see my number one fan, my madam Abiola Susi. She's also on the show. Thank you for joining. Ta ni àwọn ẹ̀mí tún sọ fún mi wípé ó wọlé ń bẹ̀? Yes, I can see my brother, my producer tó mòjé, Lekan Shobi. Thank you for connecting tonight. Yes, bẹ́ẹ̀ bá tún ṣe ń wọlé, ẹ má bá ọ ṣàjà, ẹ má bá wọn ṣàgídí o. Àní gbèpè. Ibi tán bá direct sí yín sí pé kẹ́ jókòó sí, ibẹ̀ náà ni kẹ́ rọra lọ jókòó sí. tí ìsàlẹ̀ bá ti kún wọ́n á lead yín lọ sí gallery. Tí gallery náà bá dẹ̀ ti kún, then they start bringing you down into the main auditorium, and then wọ́n á máa instruct yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa lap ara yín. Ọkùnrin kan á lap obìnrin kan, obìnrin kan á lap ọkùnrin kan, based on sizes. Wọ́n ti wà under instruction. Wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbé kòkó ńlá ru àdògán kékeré. Òun ló ṣe jẹ́ pé ńgbà míì ọkùnrin lá lap obìnrin, ìgbà míì obìnrin ló máa lap ọkùnrin, torí àní dáràn. Ó káàkù máa gbé àgbélébùú ẹ̀ ni. Yes, bá ṣe máa ṣe lórí ètò nìyẹn. Yes, mò ń sọ fún wọn náà kó má gbàgbé ọrẹ àti ìdámẹ́wàá tá a máa ń dá ń bí, and that is just to share the program. Just let somebody know that a program like this is on the air. Ṣépè àbúyàn àtúyàn láṣìírí ń bí. We are educating ourselves. It's a show where we just, discuss. And a máa ń tọwọ́ bọ nǹkan, a máa ń gbẹ́nu sí nǹkan. A máa ń tojú bọ nǹkan, a máa ń fẹ nǹkan lójú wò. Àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀mí ó ti máa yé wọn gbogbo nǹkan tí mò ń sọ yẹn. Yes. I see my sister also, Sister Afume. Yes. Thank you for joining me tonight as well. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Right. Ẹ má dìré mi. Let me get straight into the show. By popular demand, I have to bring this show on board. Mo rí yín ẹ̀gbọ́n. Thank you for joining tonight. Shewapa, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Right, by popular demand, I have to bring this topic. Remember last week we discussed wife material, and we looked at some of the guides to look for. For those of you who missed the show, it's still there on my wall. You can still do a catch up. It was an interesting discussion, and we had contributors, and and we really, really enjoyed ourselves. But àwọn èèyàn yarí wípé no, we must have the second part. We also need to look at the husband material. Gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe lóbìnrin nìkan, obìnrin nìkan kọ́ ni issue. We must also look at the men. So I thought, you know what? Okay. Ká má dálé apá kan sí. Let us balance the two sides. And that's why we're having the discussion. Yes, my brother, Franklin, Mr. Magic Finger. Thank you for joining tonight. Ṣé Eunice o kò ní lára? Cable be strong gan. Cable be strong. Apá Eunice ò ká eléyìí. Yeah, everything is intact on this side. And I hope you can hear me loud and clear. So our discussion for tonight is husband material. A guide to look for. Like I always say, I don't talk in absolutes. So everything you hear me say on this platform is not all that can be said on the particular topic. I'm just here to share my own perspective. I'm here to rub minds with, intelligent folks like you on the show. I'm not here to force on you a particular lifestyle or, dictate to you how to lead your life. No, I'm just here to open up, other perspectives that many of us perhaps don't look at things from. So if you have anything contrary to what I'm saying, the comment section is always open for you to put your comment. If you don't agree with what somebody else says, go faja, go ikwe. Just put your own opinion as well. I always keep my eye on the comment section and will pick up interesting point that probably I can discuss on, or pin up on the show. So I'm not Mr. Know All. In fact, I know little, and every day I'm making effort to expand the perimeter of my ignorance. So, but the little I know, I'll come here and share. And also, I want to hear from you and learn from you as well. So, it's with that mindset that I would start tonight's discussion. Right. There are many women who don't understand why their relationships always fail. They don't know why the men they have met in the past or are still meeting always treat them badly. They sometimes wonder why um, they always get hurt and why they can't get a man who is committed. In all of this, the common problem is that most of these women are choosing men who are not even relationship material, talk less of being a husband. So many of them have even set themselves up to fail before they started. So I know many of you will ask me how are they doing this? And I'll quickly give you few, say 2 or 3 reasons that I've come across and why I think they do this. Number one, there are so many red flags that women see when dating, but they choose to ignore. Some of them believe, that this stuff are minor issues that, they can change in this man when they eventually get married. So they overlook them and, and they put up with these things. But it will always end in tears, because what you have to realize is that you can't change people. You can only try to, make them see some of the things they are doing wrong. It's left for people to change themselves. So it's a case of what you see is what you get. So if during dating you see those things that you're not comfortable with and you choose to ignore them, it's like you being comfortable with them. So hoping to change them when you get into the marriage proper, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So another reason is many women set themselves up for disaster by not being able to distinguish between the qualities they need in a man from the ones they want. So we have many women who confuse these two things. So you see a guy that's still acting mature. You can see that he has no clear life direction. He goes out with his mate, gets drunk. He can't handle his, basic responsibility, while he's still single. But then he's tall, he's cute, he knows how to dress, he's got money, he spoils you rotten, he buys things for you, he takes you out, and you love him. Are you sure? There is a big difference between wants and needs when it comes to relationships. Um, but I've come to realize that sometimes it's not always easy for most women to make the distinction. So while you think you have met somebody with those fancy credentials you want in a man, you might be ignoring a host of other stuffs in his life that um, wouldn't fulfill your fundamental needs, and that would make that relationship not to work. So this is another reason why I see, why most women fail. And maybe the last point I'll make is many women go about wearing a mask that perhaps they are not even aware of the implication. So what do I mean by mask? I'm not talking about nose mask. I'm talking about, putting on a mask like a Spider-Man. So this is you putting up a different persona. This is you going out there and showing a different personality, from who you are. So some women, because they don't want to be taken advantage of, normally they are, easygoing, peaceful, loving, kind person. But because they feel, if they go out with this normal personality that they have, men will likely take advantage of them. So wọ́n á wá gbé ìwà àṣà àti ìpèrè wọ̀. Before you say one, they say 10. Before you say I want to kàdé Z, and they're like, very, very crazy. Now, what you don't realize is this. For every personality you exhibit, you are attracted to somebody, or you are an attraction for somebody. So, ìwà àṣà, ìwà àpèrè tó gbé jáde yẹn làwọn kan ń wá. So, and that and those men looking for such personality are the ones you will attract. Now, eventually you will settle for one of them because àwọn lost around there. So you just pick the best of the worst. Now, when you get into the relationship proper, then they start showing you or dealing with you based on that personality. And then you start wondering, but why is this person treating me this way? This is not what I want. This is not what I hope for. Yes, because that is what you exhibited, that is what they got attracted to, and that is how they treat people with such personality. So, my advice to women is, you know what? Go out there and be yourself. Be your nice, lovely, quality woman. and you would attract the right people to yourself, not those that would, mess you up. So these are some of the, three main reasons that I think um, so many women or most women set themselves up um, for failure in relationship. Right. Now let's move to what women should look for in a man. But before that, there are two critical things I need to mention before um, they're like the core things that these women themselves must possess before we even start looking at the men. Number one, as a woman, it is critical that you know yourselves and you know your goals. It is very, very critical because it is then that you can match um, the men that would, come into your life to see if, their values and goals align with yours. So tí wọ́n gan ò bá mọ nǹkan tó fẹ́, tó bá kàn lọ jẹ́ àwọn obìnrin ẹ jẹ́ kí dáàdì wá dé, gbogbo nǹkan ẹ jẹ́ kí dáàdì wá dé, gbogbo nǹkan nǹkan bá sọ náà ni irú rántí àgbà kàn máa pàdé oríṣiríṣi àwọn wèrè àtàsínwìn ni. But tí wọ́n gan bá dúró déédéé fúnra ẹ̀ tó mọ nǹkan tó fẹ́ and you know your goals, your future ambitions and everything like that. Yes, riffraff kankan ò kàn tiẹ̀ ní dúró kó jẹ lọ lára ẹ̀ because wàá ti rò báyìí pé no eléyìí yóò bá nǹkan tá à ń wá lọ. So you must know what you want, otherwise every man that appears will look like the man you want. So it's very important that you know yourselves and you know your goals. And the second thing is that if you are coming out of a relationship that, probably didn't go well or didn't end well, it's very important that you heal before attempting to start another one. Otherwise, you'll be starting the new relationship like you're on a revenge mission. Tiẹ̀ ní ó máa gbé gbóná fún the next person ni wàá máa wà bí ajá tó ní rabies ni. Àgékù ejò òun ló máa jẹ́. And you ruin things for yourself because you will be taking out the resentment you have for the previous man in the previous relationship. You'll be taking out on this new person. Ẹni á máa jìyà tí ò mọwọ́ tí ò mẹsẹ̀. So it's important that you heal before you attempt to start another relationship. So you heal mentally, you heal emotionally. Kì í ṣe wípé ó fẹ́ ní ẹlẹ́tàn ó wá rẹ́ lómi ṣùgbọ́n bí Jídé ṣe máa ń ṣe mí ọmọ ẹ wá wo àti Jídé wá pàdé Okafor's law wá lọ ṣe lórí ẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ Okafor's law? Okafor's law states that once débẹ̀ is ever débẹ̀. So emotionally you will not detach yourself from Jídé. But ó dẹ̀ ti pàdé Fẹ́mi ńsìn. But somehow ìwà àti Jídé kàn tún jáàmù ni. Ó kàn tó bá mi pé Jídé Jaido náà kàn bọ̀ ẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ó kàn rẹ́rìn sí ẹ lẹ́ẹ̀kan and before you know it Jaido tún ti lọ again. Ó tí wà emotionally disconnected nìyẹn and it will affect you going forward. Right. So now moving into what you should or women should look out for in a man. I would like to split this into two parts. Like I mentioned earlier, We have wants and we have needs. So the needs are the essential ones. They are like the core. You must not ignore them if they don't exist in that man. The wants are like, yes, they should be present, and àti relationship tó jẹ́ pé wọn sì ń bẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ ṣì succeed náà. So I'm not saying they shouldn't be, they should be, but sometimes relationship lè work láìsí wọn bẹ̀ náà, ó kàn máa nira ni, but essentially they should be there. So those are the wants. But the needs, they are core. They must exist. And you don't base your decisions only on the presence of the wants and say, oh, ignore àwọn yòókù yẹn. No, baba ńlá mistake ló ń ṣe. So I'm splitting them into two so that you know which one falls into what category. So under the want, the first one you should look out for is the guy must be presentable. And when I'm talking about presentability, I'm talking about, him looking clean, smart, decent enough to be, to be seen in public, kó ṣe é rí mọ́yàn. So, and you will all agree with me pé àti rí àwọn ọkùnrin tí ò rí báyìí tó dẹ̀ pé wọ́n sì fẹ́ wọn, and along the line, the wife will brush them up. So they'll go from bó low black belt sí brown shoe. Wọ́n máa kọ́ wọn pé okay, wọ́n match ẹ̀ bẹ́yẹn, wọ́n ní máa lo yellow shirt àti orange trouser. Wọ́n ní máa jàn pọ̀, and other stuff like that. The way they speak in public, the way they conduct themselves and everything. So it's essential that, at least a man should be presentable. The other one is, at least you want a man who is fertile. So this you have to confirm only by checks. Láti mọ̀ tí ó bá yẹ pé báyẹ ní fertility issue wà. Báyà bọ̀dá dúró dáadáa àti pé everything will count properly. So you might want to check this as well, because usually, especially from our culture, obìnrin ni wọ́n máa ń gbàdúrà fún, àbóhùn ni wọ́n máa ń gbé pressure lé lórí, especially when couples are having delay in childbearing. Obìnrin ni, even go to churches. Tó bá pe ìpàdé àwọn tó ń wọ́mọ, they set it up for women. They just assume that men usually don't have problem, or men are not the cause. We've discussed it on this platform that some family will be wọ́n máa fi ìyà jẹ obìnrin nìkan ló ṣáà ń bí fún wa. Àwa náà fàròlé afọ́kùnrin. But they're so ignorant to know that it's even men that determine the sex of children. It's men that does that. So obìnrin ló ní XX chromosomes, ọkùnrin ní XY. So tọkùnrin bá ń produce XXX, then wọ́n máa bí obìnrin jọ ni. So it's not the problem of the woman. Tó bá pé obìnrin ló ń bí, but from our culture, obìnrin ló máa bú. And they even be telling the guy, why lo mi tó máa bí ọkùnrin fún ẹ? It's foolishness or ignorance. So likewise, in this case, you don't want to set yourself up for that pressure. Á jẹ́ pé ara ìwọ gan kọ́ ni issue wà, ara òun kú ni problem wà. So you might want to check kó tó di pé wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dá ẹ sáwẹ̀, ó ń lọ sí ìṣọ́ òru tí ó normally tí ò yẹ kó tiẹ̀ ṣe. Ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ ájẹ̀mù, máa lọ sí lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀, oríṣiríṣi omi ló ń gbé. Ó ti gbé omi ẹni tó ń wáṣẹ́ gan, torí gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n ti dà pọ̀ mọ́ omi ẹni tó ń wọ́mọ. Ẹni tó ń wáṣẹ́ ti gbómi ẹ lọ, omi ẹni tó ń wáṣẹ́ ní ìwọ gbé. And all kind of problems like that. So to avoid that, you need to do your proper checks. How do we check it, sir? Hospital ń check ẹ. Náà ẹ dẹ̀ lè collabo fúnra yín kẹ́ gbọ́ ṣe ara yín wò. Ìyẹn is entirely up to you. You know, you can find means of checking. There are checks you can do at the clinic, fertility clinic, to ensure that ẹni yìí ò ní any fertility problem. There's so many ọkùnrin tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti dàgbòrò rú gan, so wọ́n ti ní problem lábẹ́ gan, ojú kan fine ni, gbogbo abẹ́ ò dáa mọ́, gbogbo nǹkan ti dàrú, oríṣiríṣi àrùn ni wọ́n ní. You can't set yourself up for such problem. You know, ẹni tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo ọjọ́ ayé ẹ̀ ló fi ná kìkiri, ó ti ṣe oríṣiríṣi nǹkan. Òun láti mọ àrùn tó ń gbé bọ̀, òun láti mọ ibi tó bá gbogbo nǹkan dé, òun láti mọ ibi tí condition kìíní yẹn wà. So don't just má kàn gbàgbàkúgbà, you know. Ẹ̀sìn ò gbà yín láyè, jẹ́ kẹ́sìn pa ẹ̀. It's your choice. Everything in life is choice. Ẹ̀sìn jẹ́ kẹ́sìn pa ẹ́. We've discussed what religion is on this platform, and I can't, stress that enough. Religion is simply a tool to maintain civilization. It's nothing more than that. It's a tool used to force people who, though, are capable of maintaining order but lack that discipline. So the religion will weave some theological argument to brainwash people into compliance. That's simply what religion is all about. So that's all I need to present to you. That information is enough to liberate you and then, fit your life and take responsibility of your own life within that context. So, tó bá yẹ pé nǹkan sọ fún yín ló fẹ́ tẹ̀lé, good luck to you. Ibi tó bá já sí, wàá máa ràn. It's your choice, No, it's not a conditional type of love. That you are checking all these things doesn't mean it's a conditional type of love. Gbàgbé gbogbo all this love is kò sí ọ̀kan tó look. But wọ́n sọ pé love is blind. Tó bá wọ relationship wa, ojú ẹ máa là o. Ojú ẹ máa là gan. So you need to know what you are setting yourself up for. If you know and you still decide that yes, ẹni náà mo máa bá lọ, then no problem. So tó bá dẹ̀ wọ bẹ̀ tọ́mọ wá, ó ti mọ̀ pé ó ti mọ̀. So there's nothing conditional here. That you are checking up this thing doesn't mean you're putting conditions into whatever. Forget all this love story and whatever thing like that. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. You have to be sensible when you are making, choices of life partner. You have to be sensible. Gbàgbé all these, gbogbo àwọn yẹn mills and boom story ni o. Coexist in real life. Fact ni mò ń sọ yẹn. So you don't set up yourself for premium tiers. Kẹ́ má máa sunkún sábọ́. Ṣé ẹgbọ́n tí ṣùgbọ́n sọ, ó ní kẹ́ máa smash love button yẹn. Ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa jù, ẹ máa jù. Right. Another thing that you want to be sure is there is that the man is financially stable. So This simply means, this man has a stable source of income, um, whether it's an employee or he has his own business. You just want a guarantee that, he can provide for himself and provide for the family or support the family. You know, you don't want to go into all this relationship of tá bá ti marry gbogbo àkúkú ṣeé ṣe orí ló ń poríire wá bí ò níṣẹ́ ń sìn tá bá ti marry tán á níṣẹ́ wo ebi ló ń pa mọ́nàmọ́ná kú ìyà jẹ don't be silly sí ẹ̀yin méjèèjì lára if you make such a move because n tá kọ́kọ́ sú yín nìyẹn. Money, it's an important part or aspect of any relationship. So mi ní kẹ́ni yẹn jẹ́ millionaire, mi ní kó jẹ́ billionaire. But if this person can't sustain himself, how do you think he can sustain a family? And ìwọ náà má torí bọ̀ láì níṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́, ìwọ náà ní nǹkan lọ́wọ́, ìwọ gan wà okay, so that two of you can, put together your income and you can live well. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ náà, ẹ má rush láti dá nǹkan bolẹ̀ kẹ́ bímọ tẹ́ bá ti mọ̀ wípé ẹ tí ní enough láti lè tọ́jú wọn. You can set, time for yourself to maybe, push yourself further in your careers and be in a place where you'll be able to, take care of kids or afford kids. Let me use that word because kids are expensive. They'll take your time. They'll take, your emotions. They'll take your finances and everything like that. So you need to be ready for that stage in your relationship. So it's essential that this man is financially stable and you have guarantees that yes, ìyà ò ní jọ jẹ ẹ̀yin méjèèjì pọ̀. Ó lọ ń fẹ́ boy tó jẹ́ kó sì wà nílé mọ́mì ẹ̀. Kò nílé náà. Irú madness wo nìyẹn? Kò nílé, kò ní nǹkan kan, kò níṣẹ́. Ṣé tẹ́ bá máa ìtàn sọ́dọ̀ mọ́mì ẹ̀ náà ló máa kó lọ? Àbówó tó ń ná fún yín wedding ló rò wípé ó máa tó tẹ́ máa fi set up ara yín. Ìyẹn make sense. And then the last point I have here is, the person or the man should be growth oriented. This is a person that is not just stuck. Àwọn kan wà tán bá ti marry tán báyìí wọ́n á kàn wá rẹpẹtì. Ẹ rò pé obìnrin nìkan ló máa ń dára nù. Ọkùnrin náà máa ń dára nù. Wọ́n á dára nù, wọ́n á máa wọ bùbá àti ṣòkòtò kiri, wọ́n á máa wá yọkùnrin dínríndín. Wọ́n á máa gbá sí kiri, wọ́n á máa wá respect wèrè kan tí ó exist bẹ́ẹ̀ ló yá ní beach, wọ́n á wọ bùbá ṣòkòtò lọ tó bá ní dìá kí ló wọ̀ wá ìfẹ́ káwọn ọmọ kékeré kan wá máa rí mi fín bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ bá ti wọ níkà lọ a máa hàn pé báyẹ̀ gbẹ́ ni wá kì í ṣẹgbẹ́ rárá yẹn. Lábá kó bùbá àti ṣòkòtò sọ́rùn ẹjọ́ ń lọ beach náà nìyẹn torí kò fẹ́ àrífín. No. You want an open-minded human being, somebody that would not just pack, òfin tó kàn máa pack up. Òṣìfẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé, he's still thinking of, yes, I still have space to grow. I still want to be this, I still want to be that. Kò ń ṣe tó máa dá ẹ dúró tó bá tó ń pẹ́ àmọ́ fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan báyìí. Tani no ìyàwó ilé ni ẹ ò gbọ́dọ̀ wà no kò sáì gbogbo yẹn ṣá máa tọ́jú àwọn. You want somebody that is open to your own growth as well and will give you that freedom to thrive. So these are the points I have under the want. And you agree with me that relationships that are functioning even though hard without these things. So these things are not enough to say, yes, these are the reasons you based your choices on. Now, Koto. And now let's let me emphasize that ticking the one boxes alone is not enough to want you to jump into the relationship, So it's essential that you get the needs boxes ticked as well, So and this is where it gets serious. We want to look at the core that must, be present for you to say, yes, I think I found the person, I'm going with this person. The first and I would say very important point is that you must ensure that the man and yourself share common beliefs and values, and that you have aligned goals. So you have to make sure that both of you are on the same page when it comes to issues that matters. Um, and certain issues that we just overlook and say go matter. I'm a iron it out later. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ iron out later o. I'm telling you this. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ iron out later. You know, if you are not, I mean, the best you can get in that situation is if you are not on the same page, then at least you respect your own viewpoint or where you stand, and you do the same for him. And going forward, both of you are willing to work together to reach, that mutually fulfilling middle ground. Mr. Banks, hello, my brother. Chewapa, great to have you on the show. Thank you for connecting. And some of these issues, it could be religion, could be faith, your beliefs, it could be your core values, things you would not do and things he doesn't, see as big deal. It could be lifestyle preferences, it could be habits, it could be even where you want to live. I want to settle here, or you don't want to settle here. It was an issue I had to, me and my madam had to agree. Then she didn't really, want to stay here. She comes and goes, but me, I want to set up here. So it was a decision we had to make, because the problem tá a bá ti agree nínú yẹn, relationship máa pack ọ̀gbẹ̀yìn ni. So even you have some partners who don't want to have children, ìwọ dẹ̀ ló fẹ́, but wá wò pé tó bá ti yá, ìbọ́kùnrin ni ó máa change mind ẹ̀, ó bá yá wàá máa ṣogun wàmúwàmù. Tó ń bá fẹ́ withdraw wàá máa fúnra ẹ̀ mọ̀, wàá máa ṣe wọn kàn mẹ́rin. Ọ̀ tó bá bímọ tán kó sọ fún ẹ pé òun wà involved, wàá máa wá ẹ̀ pé ó dájú, ó ṣe bákan, ó ṣàwòkàn. We have so many women today who will go on air blaming men that got them pregnant and refuse to be responsible. What many of them don't tell us is whether these men told them from the start that they are not interested in babies, but àwọn kan wò pé àwọn máa fi tie it down and everything like that. Tó bá ti sọ fún ẹ wípé look, òun ò fẹ́ mọ̀ gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe yìí, tó bá ti respect yẹn, tó bá lọ lo whatever means, tó bá bímọ, wàá dátọ́ ni. Wàá dátọ́ until we get to this point and start taking responsibilities. Ní mọ bí tá à ń lọ, àní rójú tu ọ̀rọ̀, all this blaming, pity party things and stuff like that, it's not going to help anyone. We have to be serious with our lives. We have to be serious with decisions we make. We have to make conscious and intentional decisions. Ojú wa gbọ́dọ̀ là, orí wa gbọ́dọ̀ pé. We mustn't let our emotions, lead and dictate for us. Last week I said men should not think with their dick. So women too should not just let their emotion run things. They should use their head as well. So that's the first thing. You must share common beliefs and values and make sure that your goals are aligned. Ẹjọ́ face it because òun ò lè fẹ́ máa kọrí sọ́nà bí kí wọ́n fẹ́ kọrí sọ́nà bẹ̀rẹ̀ kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀rùn pé máa rí bi lọ. None of you is gonna get anywhere. So journey yín, destination yín must, align. Second point, the man must be one that sees you as his partner, not a competitor, not a subordinate. A relationship is a partnership. It's not a dictatorship. It's not a boss and junior relationship. Together, you and him are a team. And two of you must understand that you are stronger if you come together rather than acting, individually. So he must see you as his equal. He must see you as somebody that has something of value to offer in the relationship. He must see you as somebody that, he can grow with. You shouldn't be in that relationship just to feed his ego. You shouldn't be there just to be giving validation, or just to be satisfying his own needs alone. Except it's an arrangement where it's a marriage of business. Remember, I mentioned it last week. Some people are just contractual or contracted to be the wife. They get paid every month to answer Mrs. And then in that case, such a person has no say in that relationship. And everything like that. You just tag along. So to buy Peru arrangement then this one doesn't apply. But if it's not, if it's a mutual relationship you guys are going into, then you must ensure that this guy shows you respect and that he's willing to create a life with you, and that you are not just there to merely just exist like a shadow in his life. Right. Another point is you must see that this man wants to marry you. One, and is willing to put in effort into the relationship to make it work. So this particular point is 2 in 1. So I know some people will say, kí la wá ń fẹ́ra fún tó bá jẹ́ pé kò fẹ́ fẹ́ mi. No, kì í ṣe gbogbo ọkùnrin tó ń date obìnrin náà ló fẹ́ fẹ́, and then kì í ṣe gbogbo ọkùnrin tó ń tẹ̀lé obìnrin náà ni ló máa fẹ́ eventually. So a guy can have all the qualities you want on your list, but he might not want to marry you. Ó kàn lè máa lò ẹ́ for the time being, ó kàn lè máa fi ẹ́ pa for the time being, and or kó jẹ́ pé other side ló ń play fún, but ó kàn fi ẹ́ fi play along so that wọ́n ní tètè fura sí, so you have to open your eyes kó lè tètè mọ̀ pé wá eléyìí ò ń ṣọkọ mi. Because when a guy is ready to settle, and he meets a girl or a woman that ó mọ̀ pé yes, eléyìí ni mo máa fẹ́, ó mọ̀, and it's obvious. Of course, you might not get engaged to you straight away. You might still be, kó sì máa understudy ẹ, or he might, wants to build his career a little bit more, and um, be in a more financial stable state before he will like communicate his level of commitment to you. But he won't leave you hanging. It would be clear to you what you know his plans are for you. So, but when you notice that this guy says he wants to marry you, but orí dating site tó ti pàdé ẹ̀ láìgbà tẹ́ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí date ọ̀gá ṣì ń login lójoojúmọ́ oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ló sì ń ṣe tí ò jọmọ́ bíi pé ẹni tó rẹ́dí àti settle down. Gbogbo àwọn wèrè àtàsín tọ́jọ́ ń kóra wọn kiri tọ́jọ́ ń ṣòṣì kiri wọ́n sì jọ ń rìn kiri náà káàkiri. I mean his mindset hasn't changed. It's not marriage minded. It's still ó sì ń gbé ayé wèrè. Then tó bá tètè la ojú ẹ kó tètè get serious, you are only setting yourself up for for disaster. So it's essential that you see that level of commitment in him. If he's not bringing up that discussion to the ti rí pé wá àti wọléwọ̀de ó ti ń ṣe díẹ̀ náà, and yeah, you can have that discussion. You can initiate the discussion, and if he's somebody that is ready to commit with you, he won't take offense that you brought the discussion up. He would only explain to you what his plans are for you. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti rí pé nǹkan tó sọ kò make brain èèyàn mi, ó yẹ kó ti mọ̀ pé no be husband material. And then the other part is that this person must be willing to put effort into the relationship to make it work. You see, marriage is an empty basket. You have to put something inside it to get something out of it. You have to deposit into the basket what you want to enjoy in the marriage. What you put in is what you get. You don't put anything, you don't get anything. So if there's a problem, this guy must be somebody that wants to stay and fix it. Not that he wants to just find an easy way out and just, come your right. If something is not going right in a relationship, he's willing to sit down and have, that straight talk. And no matter how painful the solution might be, he's willing to work with it. So this is an important point to look at in a man. Another point is you must see that this man is somebody that you are able to communicate with. No matter how tough the issue is, it must be somebody that is reasonable enough to have a conversation. He can listen and he can also express himself. If you are with the right guy, the husband material type, you won't be afraid to have discussion. Of course, you have to understand the right time to bring up certain discussion. You must be sensible enough to know, this is not the right time to have this. This is the right time to say this. So you must understand that is that is entirely up to you. But why you do that, or why you have done that, this person also must be such that it is open to communication. It's not a one-way street. He wants to hear you. He wants to understand what you're saying. And is such that can see reason and be willing to come to a point where both of you would have that, mutual agreement. So no relationship is problem free. None. Every relationship will face its own share of obstacles. So there'll be fight, miscommunication, argument. There are times when either partner won't feel like they're getting fulfilled in the relationship. The only way out of this is communication. Nothing else. Nothing else. You must be in a relationship with somebody that you can have an open and honest communication with. So it's very very important. Tó bá jẹ́ pé alágídí wèrè tí ò ń gbọ́ nǹkan kan ni ìyá mi, ò tí ì rí ibi tó fẹ́ settle down sí o. Another important point is that this person must be trustworthy. You only feel safe in a relationship with somebody that you can trust. Ẹ tiẹ̀ já wò gbogbo àwọn nude video, nude picture of ladies tá à ń rí káàkiri yẹn. Èèyàn kan ló ṣáà send ẹ̀ sí tó leak ẹ̀. Ọkùnrin kan ló send ẹ̀ sí náà on trust tó dẹ̀ gbé wá sí gbangba. So you must be in a relationship with somebody that you feel safe of being open and honest with your secret, with your personal stuff, and you are sure that this person won't violate your trust, or this person won't use whatever thing you tell them against you to either to emotionally blackmail you or whatever. So you also want to be ensured to ensure that this person won't just akànjáilẹ̀ lójijì, that is genuine. Tó bá lóun máa ṣe nǹkan, ó máa ṣe talk and do ni. Kò ń ṣe tó ń lọ. Very straightforward kind of person. This is the kind of person you can be with, and you won't be suspicious. You won't be living, a paranoid life. Oh, ní máa rò all the time pé bó ló tún lọ báyìí? Ṣébi tó dágbére ló ń lọ? Ta la rí pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ yẹn? Ta ló ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn? Ó mú fóònù wọ bathroom. Ta ló lọ bá sọ̀rọ̀? Tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbé ayé wèrè bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ ò lè gùn o. Ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ ò lè gùn rárá. There is no point being in a relationship with somebody that you can't trust. So you must trust that he cares deeply about you and won't intentionally hurt you. So that's so important. Trust. Another point is that you must see that this person is transparent. He's open. He has nothing to hide. And part of this transparency is that this man doesn't hide you. So not only does he tell you about his friends, he introduces you to them. Not only does he tell you about his family, he takes you to them. Introduce you to them. That's what a real guy would do. And it's somebody that you can tell each other everything and anything. No secrets, no lies. Kì í ṣe ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ó ti ní ọmọ méjì síbì kan kò sọ. Kì í ṣe ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ó níyàwó sí Nàìjíríà ìgbà tó jáàmù wọ ní Amẹ́ríkà kò sọ. No. You must see that this person is like an open book. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó fi pamọ́. Ayé ẹ̀ transparent. So, and the last point I would like to make is that you must see that a strong connection exists between you and the person. When I say a strong connection. This one goes beyond just sexual. And pé àwọn bàbá yẹn ń nawọ́ ó na awọ́ eléyìí ń nawọ́ ta 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 ta. It's not only that. Of course, the sex has to be good, but that is just a part of it. The type of connection I'm talking about is that deep one, where both of you sees yourself beyond that surface level, beyond the surface layers. You go deeper than what people around you know about you. So this type of connection takes time to develop. But if you meet the right kind of man, he's one that is willing to be open to allow such connection to happen. So that spark must be there. That deeper. It's more of spirit in kara. It must exist, not just that lustful surface attraction. No, of course, I'm not underestimating that. That also is important, but it goes deeper than this. Several couples tó jẹ́ pé tẹ́ǹtì bá ṣẹlẹ̀ tọkọ kú níbi January báyìí, agídí ni ìyàwó yẹn máa fi di June tó náà máa fi pack up. Tó bá yẹ pé ìyàwó náà ló kú, agídí ni ọkọ yẹn máa fi lo ọdún yẹn já, because wọ́n ti wọnú ara wọn. They can't actually exist without the other. So irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ló ń láti rí pé ó wà nínú yín. Right. After you've seen all this, there is this part that I also want to bring into the discussion. What are those signs you need to see that will convince you, oh boy, ọmọdé ń bẹ́sẹ̀ mi sọ̀rọ̀? What are those signs that you need to see that will convince you that yes, you need to take a walk? That no, this thing won't work. This is not the right person for me. I said earlier, when you confuse the wants and the needs, you are set up to fail. When you let only love blind you or lead you or guide you, it will end in premium tears, because love is never enough to sustain a relationship. I tell you this. Gbogbo ẹnu mi gbà. Two people can love each other very much and still not be right for each other. Relationship is more complicated than all this love thing. It's more than that. So if a long-lasting and committed relationship is what you want, you need two things. Number one, you need to be able to recognize, the warning signs, those red flags I mentioned at the start, that indicate that, this relationship won't last. And two, you must have that courage to walk away. After you've seen this red flag, you must be strong, you must be bold enough to say, you know what? Ọmọ ìyá mi, mo kájú mi lẹ̀ mo ń lọ nìyẹn. Right. So, what is the first thing? I'm talking to the ladies now. If you don't trust him, my love, I'm not lying to you. If you don't trust him, don't stay. Without trust, there's no relationship. It's as simple as that. It's just plain black and white. Because it's only in a good, strong, healthy relationship that I can feel at peace, that I can feel safe, it can feel secure. Because look, this is the person you will sleep with at night. Tó bá díjú, ó mọ nǹkan tó ń happen. This is the person that prepares your meal. This is, you share so many. Your life is in his hand. His life is in your hands. So you can't be in a relationship where you're always panicking, you're always on the edge, you don't believe anything he tells you, you're always doubting his motives, his whereabouts. Every time you're asking, where are you? Where are you? I mean, women don't know how much men hate that question. Grrrm, 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 grrrm. Hey, hello, where are you? ṣọ́ra àwọn tó bá tẹ̀ sọ where are you yẹn, ìyẹn wọ́n tẹ̀ ṣètò tó bá ń gbọ́ where are you, bàbá question tó ń fọyàn lórí. The first man on earth, Adam, he failed that question. God says, Adam, where are you? He said, I'm naked. ṣé n tán bí nìyẹn? So it's not now la ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ hate the question yẹn. Ó ti jẹ́ issue tipẹ́tipẹ́. And I love this men's anthem tá a máa ń kọ. Kòró bí a ṣe ń hùwà, kòró gbogbo bí tí a máa ń gbà lọ. Bàbá yẹn ò jí ṣòro gbogbo tí a máa ń wò. Ó ṣàǹtọ́jú wa lójoojúmọ́. Men's anthem nìyẹn. God understands. Ibikíbi tá a bá wà, ó mọ̀. Wọ́n kàn pé fi wọ́n lẹ̀, boys will be boys. Mo tàwọn obìnrin, where are you? Where are you? So tó bá ti wà ní relationship jẹ́ pé gbogbo ìgbà where are you ló ń béèrè. There was time I met a man on the bus. Mi ìmọ̀ rí, mo kàn wọ bọ́ọ̀sì ní tèmi, mo dẹ̀ jókòó. Bus 453 at Oaken Road. And this man passed me the phone and said, please help me speak to this person on the phone and tell her where I am. Wallahi tallahi mo be like, mo bá yẹn fi ẹ gbà mí. Èmi náà wá gba phone. And I said to the lady, he's on bus 453. Almost immediately, the bus announcement went off and said, 453 to Marylebone. I said, so you can hear that, it's on bus 453. And I passed the phone back to him. I was like, yeah, wàhálà wà ń lù o. So tó bá ti dé level yẹn, ó jẹ́ pé ẹlòmíì ló máa random people ló máa bẹ́ẹ̀ confirm pé inú ọgbà Eden ló wà o. Inú ọgbà Eden ló wà o, but o believe. Tó bá jẹ́ pé random person ló máa bẹ́ẹ̀ confirm, walk away. You can't spend your life constantly on the lookout. It's exhausting. Wàá ṣí èrè gbẹ̀yìn ni. Tó wá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ di security. No. Kò lè dá jáde lọ party, wàá tẹ̀lé. Bó múra wà níyà, kí n tó pa obìnrin máa wẹ̀ ló ṣe wọrú eléyìí. Báyà kéèmù náà kúkú máa tẹ̀lé ẹ lọ bí tó ń lọ yẹn o. Ó lè máa gbé ayé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà. So you don't stay in a relationship where there's no trust. Just walk away. Ẹ̀bùn mi ìṣeré o, fact ló ṣẹlẹ̀. So, and kilo man, how do you get to a point like this? Probably the guy has cheated. Probably has said certain things in the past to ring pé kò bá bẹ́ẹ̀, I mean, if that is the case, you have to be sincere with yourself. Ask yourself that honest question. Can I forgive this guy and live with what he's done and move on? And believe that he won't do it again? If you can't get to a point like that in your life, there's no point sticking out in the relationship. You're just setting yourself up for a sad life. A sad life. Because the Bible, where are you all the time? I'm gbà kí ló dé? You know, the way I you that you fẹ́ choke mi pa ni, you know. No. Pẹ̀jọ wà relationship kò mean pé kẹ́ fúnra yín pa. He can leave, you also can leave. Once you trust him and he trusts you, everybody will be fine. But tí o bá ti sí yẹn, ọmọ máa sọ rẹ di nani ni o. Kò dẹ̀ sọ́kùnrin tó máa ń fẹ́ kọ́ nani òun. Kò tiẹ̀ sí rárá. Kò sí rárá ni. So that is the first point. Once you don't trust him, walk away. Walk away. You know. Secondly, if there's no deep connection between the two of you, you know, that connection I talked about earlier, if that is missing, you know, if that connection, if that chemistry is not there, no, don't stay. Don't stay. Kíkọ́ ṣe ń pé ó lè nawọ nìkan ló máa mú ẹ dúró. Awọ ò tó. So ẹja tó wà nínú aquarium yẹn, ó believe pé ibi tí ayé parí sí nìyẹn. Until they take it out and put it or drop it in a big ocean, ló máa rí pé bà òkun rèé, omi rèé, alagbalúgbú omi rèé. A tún rí àwọn ẹja ńláńlá and everything like that. A rí pé current inú òkun gan ó yàtọ̀ sí tinú aquarium. So tó bá wò pé ó nawọ́ tí ìbá ẹlòmíì pàdé tó tún nawọ́ ni. So o lè ti torí awọ nìkan kó fi jókòó. Awọ nìkan ò tó. There must, you know, be a deeper connection between the both of you. Tó bá ti rí yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀, má force ara ẹ. Just walk away. You know, walk away. The third point, if he's toxic, yes, don't stay. And how do you know if he's toxic? If every time you are with him, it brings out the worst in you. Don't stay. You know? Don't stay. Don't stay. You can't be in a toxic relationship because ìkànnì máa kú gbẹ̀yìn ni. Untimely death. You can't be in a relationship jẹ́ pé tẹ́ bá ti ń bínú báyìí tóun bá ti gbé TV tó smash ẹ báyìí, ìwọ náà gbé laptop ló jù síta látojú window, ló wọ kitchen ló gbé microwave gbàrà bó ìṣanmọ́lẹ̀ báyìí ìwọ náà ti washing machine jáde bó ṣe ń ti ọ̀bẹ bọ́nú mattress. Ìwọ náà wọ bathroom ló ń pull gbogbo àwọn shower ló ń dá gbogbo ẹ̀ dànù. Tẹ́ bá ti wá ṣe tán ojú yẹn á wá dá. Ẹ wá tún máa wówó tẹ́ máa fi ra gbogbo ẹ̀ padà. Ẹ lè gbé ayé bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn o. You can't stay in such a relationship. It's bad for you. And you can see these things before you get into that marriage. You can see them. So my sister earlier on the show said or asked, let me find that question. My sister Okediran says, àwọn tó máa ń fi pamọ́ ńkọ́? I saw that question, but I intentionally didn't say anything at that point because I know I was still coming to it. So gbogbo ohun tí mo sọ yìí kò sẹ́ni tó lè sọ fún mi pé òun ò rí. Bá ṣe máa báyàn rìn tó yẹ pé gbogbo nǹkan tí mo ti ń sọ for the past 1 hour wà ló rí evident ẹ̀ nínú ayé èèyàn. Ó rí o ignore ni now. Ó rí now. All these things I've been saying for over an hour ago. How can you say wọ́n fi pamọ́? Ìwà ò ṣe é fi pamọ́ náà. Ìwà tó ṣòro hù jù níwà oníwà. You can only pretend to be somebody else for as much as, you know, just for a short period. Ó máa lànà time kan because it's not natural to you. So tó bá wọnú relationship ó ń láti ṣí gbogbo senses ẹ to know whether this person is right for you before you go into it. You don't let your biological clock or social pressure or anything push you into it. No, the red flags are always there. The signs are always there, but we just choose to ignore them and think we can change these people later or work things out or whatever thing like that. It only kò ṣe ń work. Kò ṣe ń work. So another point is when you see that you don't share common values with this person, don't stay. Don't stay. Because nínú kó jẹ́ pé wọ́n lò ní eventually ṣoríire. Nínú kó jẹ́ pé wọ́n náà ló máa jẹ́ àdínà fún tóun náà ní ṣoríire. Ìkànnì yóò ṣáà ní ṣoríire. Fact ni èpè kọ́ o. Because in order to successfully share your life with somebody else, you must agree on fundamental values. Your core values must be in alignment. Eléyìí ń sọ̀rọ̀ love. Gbàgbé love. You must be compatible in the basics area. Because this is what will help you to overcome all the hurdles and obstacles you will meet along the way in the relationship. Tẹ́ bá ti wà in alignment. But tíyẹn ò bá ti sí, gbàgbé o. Àgbé kò sí kankan ní tó máa wà okay ní relationship yẹn. Kò sí. Ẹ lè gbàdúrà láti ìdọ́là, ẹ lè rí counselor láti ọ̀la di ọ̀túnla. Kò ní work. If you are ambitious, career focused, this and that. But tó jẹ́ pé òun barest minimum ní ká ṣáà ti jẹ nǹkan kan. Tó bá ń fà á tó ń gbé, kò ní dá ẹ lóhùn o. Because òun ò wáyé tó lè mọ́yà ìwọ lòun lé nǹkan tí ò yẹ kó lé. Ẹ dẹ̀ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa ní problem láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. So your cause must be in alignment. Tó bá ti rí pé kò sí níbẹ̀, má dúró. Kò sí bó ṣe like ẹ tó, kò sí bó ṣe mọ awọ́ náà tó, kò sí bó ṣe handsome tó. Just go. Just go. Just go. And then the last one is if he doesn't respect you, don't stay. Don't stay. This word respect, it's huge, mostly on the part of the men, because men really wants to be respected. They don't want you to mess up with their ego and stuff like that. If you do, ọmọ àpọ́n ẹ lójú gan o, ọmọ àfààyè ní ẹ lára gan, guarantee. But at the same time, you also need to be respected. So, and I'm not saying pé bá kó kàn máa ṣe sí ẹ máa ń yẹ kọ́ ló ń pè respect. Someone that respects you will respect your beliefs, your values, your goals, your aspiration. He would understand your boundaries. Kò fẹ́ nǹkan báyìí, kò fẹ́ ni. Ó fẹ́ nǹkan báyìí, ó fẹ́ ni. Nítorí pé mo jẹ́ ọkọ ẹ̀, mi wà lè sọ pé no nǹkan tí n bá you must respect boundaries. There are boundaries. There are boundaries. Tó bá lóun ò fẹ́ kó máa yẹ fóònù wò, then you leave the phone. Ó ní fóònù tiẹ̀ náà ní fóònù tiẹ̀, kí ló ń wá kiri? These are things that little things tá kì í kàkún, but àwọn ló máa ń pile up. Àwọn ló máa ń irritate èèyàn. Wọ́n lọ́bẹ̀ tí baálé ilé oúnjẹ ìyàwó ilé ò kí ń sè. You must know boundaries with your partner. Kò fẹ́ nǹkan báyìí. Pé marry kò mean pé kò wá sọ pé wọ́n máa sọ pé if you love me then you must. No, you don't use all those love thing to blackmail people into conformity against their values. No. So it's just lack of respect. So respect is not kó kàn máa tẹríba kó máa ṣe ìyẹn kọ́ ló ń pè respect. Respect is, you clearly, understanding this person's boundaries, respect their aspirations and goals and dreams and beliefs, and respect them as a person, you know. So no, mi ò sọ hiding phone, but èwo ni kó máa sọ pé díà wá fi wá ṣí wá kí ni passport WhatsApp bébì fẹ́ ka mẹ́sẹ̀gì ẹ, ọmọ tán bí sínú, ọmọ oyún oṣù mẹ́ta, ọmọ oyún oṣù mẹ́ta ló fẹ́ ka mẹ́sẹ̀gì, díà wá ṣí fóònù ẹ, bébì ẹ lòun fẹ́ ka mẹ́sẹ̀gì, bébì wo? Ọmọ oṣù mẹ́ta fẹ́ ka mẹ́sẹ̀gì nínú oyún, ìwọ ló kọ mẹ́sẹ̀gì sí. So tó bá ṣí fóònù ẹ kó yẹ nǹkan tó wà níbẹ̀ kiri, tí ó máa kú ni, ò ní kú. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹni tó fẹ́ tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹni tó ti lè yẹ fóònù ẹ wò ni, then má wulẹ̀ fẹ́. Kí ni wàhálà? Ó dá ringing tone tiẹ̀ mọ̀, ó dá ringing tone tiẹ̀ mọ̀, ó dá fóònù tiẹ̀ mọ̀, ó dá fóònù tiẹ̀ mọ̀. So kí ni problem? Tó bá ti lẹ̀ ń wá skeleton kiri láì ṣe biology teacher, kí lẹ̀ ń wá skeleton kiri fún? Ṣé ẹ jẹ́ medical student tẹ́ ń dissect èèyàn àbí kí ni skeleton tẹ́ ń wá kiri? But tẹ́ni yẹn bá ti fuck up, tó ti mess up, tó ti ń gbé bá ti ṣàṣemáṣe and everything like that, it's entirely up to you láti bíra ẹ. Ṣé mo gbàgbé ẹ̀? Ṣé mo move on? Ṣé kò ní ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́? Can I live with all things I've seen before? Tó bá ti wò ó pé you can't do that, then move away. It's not do or die. Kò ní kẹ́ máa fayé nira yín lára. Má jókòó síbẹ̀ máa ṣe nǹkan tí ò fẹ́, tàbí kí ìwọ náà máa ṣe nǹkan tí ò múnú ẹ dùn. Kẹ̀dẹ̀ lẹ fẹ́ gbáyé rọrùn, ẹ kàn ń fa wàhálà lẹ́sẹ̀ ni. Ṣé dandan ni? Kò yẹ kó jẹ́ dandan. Kò fẹ́ eléyìí, ìwọ fẹ́ eléyìí, ọ̀rọ̀ yín ò wọ̀ nìyẹn. Move on. Tó bá máa fi rìn díẹ̀ sí wàá rẹ́ni tó fẹ́. Wàá rẹ́ni tó jẹ́ pé in fact kò kàn ní fi fóònù lẹ̀ fún ẹ gan, ìwọ gan ni wàá di PA ẹ̀. Ọwọ́ ẹ̀ gan ni fóònù á máa wà. Tó bá ní kọ́ ìwọ wàá máa gbé tí wàá máa ní hello. Ṣọ́kọ mi lẹ fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ máa ń láti pè padà. Ẹ máa pè padà, kò lè bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ nsìn. Tó bá pé nǹkan tó fẹ́ nìyẹn, má ṣe yẹn. Tó bá ti send message sí, ìwọ náà ni kó respond. Kó kàn máa sọ fún pé alágbájá send message sí ẹ o. Kí ló sọ? Má worry, mo ti bẹ́ẹ̀ respond. Tó bá rìn díẹ̀ wàá ríru ọkùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀, if that makes you happy. So, but the kókó ni wípé you must ensure that you be in a relationship with somebody that you respect and that respects you. Somebody that you share same values, core values, fundamental values with. Tí ò bá ti sí ńbẹ̀, don't stay. Walk away. Find courage to walk away. Don't let anything, dissuade you or I change, my change. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. You can't change nobody. You can't change nobody. You see? So let me round up with this Jara for you. It's just a small insight into the male behavior. It's essential you know this. If a man feels like you are trying too hard to force him into a relationship, majority of the time, ọkùnrin máa lock up ni o. They would activate their defense. It's just part of us. The man instinct will be telling him to move away. Ilé ìfẹ́ trap ẹni kankan ló wá nǹkan tó máa sọ fún ni, ó fẹ́ gba freedom lọ́wọ́ ẹni. Ilé òní jẹ́ onísinmi o. Ilé máa gbẹ̀mí ẹ o. Ilé òní jẹ́ olálàáfíà àwọn kan mẹ́rin. So before you know it, you see that he's just acting cold to you. He's putting up a wall. He's taking time to respond to your messages or not responding at all, and everything is just going cold, and eventually he will tell you, sorry, I'm no longer interested. So my advice to you women is, stop being desperate. Don't chase love. Let it come to you. Chasing love makes you, look desperate. And as a result, you will make this man to, lose interest and pull away. So what you should do is, just change your strategy to being a high quality woman, a woman that is worth committing to forever. That is what I have for you, my lovely listeners, tonight. Mo wíire àbí mi wíire? Let me see you smash the love button if you feel me. Go easy. My sister, you are just coming. Àti parí. Dé bá nǹkan kan o. You will have to watch the show again from the beginning. It will be on the it will be on my wall. But thank you for connecting. Let me put out the link. Perhaps I would get one or two people who want to contribute, or maybe they don't agree with some of the things I've said. I will put out the link. Just click on that link and do one or two things it prompts you to do, and you will join me in the studio. I'll see you at the back end, and then I will bring you into the studio. So that is the link I've put out there. Just click on it. If you have something to add, if you don't agree with some of the things I've said, that is the link for you to join me in the studio. Connect your headphones, turn off your camera, and let's rub minds. I will leave that option open for a few minutes and see if I will get one or two people to join me. If not, we have come to the end of the show. Yes, my sister Fola Shade Royalty Shewapa, thank you for connecting on the show. My sister Bumi Lawa says something here. There is no reason to check your partner's phone if you are a mature individual and in a happy and healthy relationship. Thank you very much. That's it. It's as simple as that. Kila ń wáká. Wọ́n ní tí ò bá gbọ́yìn kì inú ò lè bàjẹ́. If it hasn't given you any reason to be suspicious, what's the problem? Tó bá yẹ kó ti fọ́kọ̀, ó ti mess up, ó ti rí, ó ti ṣe játijàti. Be sincere with yourself and say, okay, tó bá lóun ta kọjá òun ò ní ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. Ìwọ ni kó wá bára ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ pé okay, ṣé mo ti gbọ́? Can I live with what he has done? Can I move on? Would I still be happy with him and stuff like that? Then ask yourself that question and make up your mind. But kó jókòó sínú ẹ̀ kó jẹ́ pé all the time náà ló ń sọ ọ́ tó ti ń lọ abìnrin òṣì lẹ́sẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa dágbére náà nìyẹn o. Ibi tó bá wù náà lẹ máa kọrí sí. Kúkú ní wọlé. Ṣé ibi iṣẹ́ lẹ̀ ń lọ ṣá? Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ máa dágbére nìyẹn? Hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì ẹ̀dẹ̀ lájẹ̀ tí máa bá yín. Ó ní gbogbo yẹn. Tó bá ti sọ fún ẹ pé chapter yẹn ti kọjá náà nìyẹn. But tó bá rí pé look, we can't live with that. Anytime tó bá ti dágbére, ìwọ náà ń gbé Uber tó ń tẹ̀lé. Wàá parẹ́ ẹgbẹ̀yìn ni o. Wàá parẹ́ ẹgbẹ̀yìn ni. Ẹ̀gbọ́n, ẹ̀yin nìkan kọ́ lẹ wà nù point yẹn. There's so many things that we were not aware of before we made certain decisions. And some of them we have to live with today, and some we can walk around and stuff like that. But fún àwọn tó ṣì ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn, and for people who think báyà wọ́n ń la nǹkan kan kọjá. Look, àrùn tó ń ṣe abọ́yadé gbogbo ọlọ́ya ló ń ṣe. It's never easy anywhere. Every relationship has one peculiar issues or the other that they're dealing with, and everything can be traced back to the foundation. Báwo la ṣe ríra wa he? Ṣé o wo àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kó wò ó pé husband material lélẹ̀? Ṣé o wo àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kó wò ó pé wife material lélẹ̀? And this is why we're having this discussion, especially for those who have not yet taken that decision. And for those who have taken the decision, things can't go wrong. Now they have, a tracker to understand. Okay, ibi mo ti get it wrong. Okay. Or to say, mo dẹ̀ rí kinní yìí o, but mi fura sí ni o. Mo rò pé mo lè change aláwẹ̀ ní ṣá. Ibẹ̀ mo ti gọ́ra mi. And then when you realize this, you understand this thing, you can live with it. You can come to terms with it. You stop struggling with it. I'm on pé yes, èmi mo fumble, and then you devise, a way to either adapt. Tó bá jẹ́ pé nìyẹn kò ṣeé change mọ́, ó ti kálé. Then you just settle yourself to cope. Coping mechanism ló kù téèyàn tó máa develop. And for those tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ṣì ń test water ni, but ó ti rí gbogbo nǹkan tí mo sọ lálẹ́, má gọra ẹ o. Má gọra ẹ. Alẹ́ náà ni okay, ilẹ̀ ti ṣú báyìí. Àárọ̀ ọ̀la ọmọ text ẹni kó jẹ́ kó gbà o, kó fún ayé ẹ nísinmi and move on. And you have, like a template to work with now going forward. Once you get it right from the start, trust me, gbogbo nǹkan yòókù tẹ́ bá rí along the line, ẹ máa lè easily sort it out. Ó tó bá ti wrong láti ilẹ̀, jẹ́ pé gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ kẹ́ wò gbogbo tó yẹ kó consider ignore ẹ méjì kan ṣáà ṣe jákujáku, ẹ kàn ṣáà jámara yín, ìwọ òkú ẹ ló ń control ìwọ ó tẹ, gbogbo ẹ ṣáà rí jákujáku ṣá, ẹ ṣáà kàn gun body ṣá, ẹ máa ní problem o. Right. Nobody is connecting, so I guess kò sí ẹni tí ó fẹ́ tákù mi lórí gbogbo nǹkan tí mo sọ nìyẹn. So mo sàmì àgbélébù, mo free nìyẹn. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening to me tonight. So mo ti satisfy body báyìí o. Mo ti ṣe wife material, mo ti ṣe husband material, so we can close this chapter. Mo ti balance it up now, and I hope people who will watch this show even after tonight would benefit from some of the points I've been able to raise here, and others who are still struggling would find one point or the other to help them out. And àwọn tó dẹ̀ ṣe wò báyìí, bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ọ̀rọ̀ ò tiẹ̀ yé mi, kinní kan mẹ́rin tó fẹ́ fagídí báyà trap ẹ̀ láti jẹ́ kó fẹ́ àbí nǹkan. Ó ti rí nísìnyí pé yóò bá gbádùn ẹ̀ kò gbádùn ẹ̀, tó bá lọ ṣagídí jù, ó máa dá tọmọ tó bá bí ni, ó dẹ̀ ti bá yá rẹ̀ jẹ́ nìyẹn. So ó better kó ṣe kíni, kó kàngárà ẹ̀, kó rìn síwájú. Put on the right personality of who you are, wà dẹ̀ bá the right person pàdé. Ọ̀nà ò ní dàrú o. Mommy, my senior colleague, mo kí yín mà. Ẹ káalẹ́, ṣé wà dáadáa o. Thank you for connecting tonight. Right. So we have come to the end of tonight's show. Thank you very much for everyone who connected. Thank you for those who shared the show on their platform. Thank you for those who invited somebody, who tagged somebody to watch. Thank Thank you very much. I appreciate you for coming every night. I appreciate you for listening to me. God bless you. Ní di olódì ara wa o. Mi ní jọra mi lójú o. Ẹ̀yin náà ò dẹ̀ ní tì mí pa. Until next week when we meet again, mi ní fẹ́ nìkankan nu yín ṣàwátì o. Èmi á máa wá, ẹ̀yin náà ni màá máa bá o. Ó dàárọ̀. Thank you very much. Good night.
Ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ tíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ká ṣe bí ẹni kú, káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni. Ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn, tẹrú tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni. Ọmọ aráyé abániwọ̀rọ̀ pa orí dání wọn. Ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀, orí ẹni ní pẹ́ kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Odò láyé ó gbé ní lọ, bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe lọ́la òtọ́ láì bá dé. Stress of ìdákùn ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Kíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣẹ̀rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rínú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní dàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò já àríkùn má ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó, ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá, wọ́n kì í lọ tẹ̀jẹ̀. Alámọ̀ a ò mọ̀nú, ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe. Ṣọ́ra, ṣọ́ra. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, àgbà tó ti ṣe tó mọ̀ ọ́la yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni.